guys, DLR here, back with my Minecraft Redstone tutorial. And we are going to work our way down this long line of stuff, all the way from the extremely basic redstone stuff, down to some more complicated stuff that you may not know. So, let's just get down to it. First off, this is a bed. It was implemented back in Minecraft 1.3, and it allows you to sleep. Now, this does not require redstone, but it is very useful. So, put a little bit of fog on here. Next up, we have glass. And you cannot place redstone on glass because it's stupid. Over here, I have this post to show you that you cannot put redstone running up a wall. I also have this redstone in here to show that redstone is, in fact, its own block, and it is not part of the block that it is on. So if I place a block here on top of this redstone, it actually goes there because that redstone is actually its own block. Think of it as actually being like a block of stone or something. It has its own dimensions. It is not like completely flat. Here we have these different redstone mechanism things, and I'm just going to show you what happens when you place water on your redstone mechanism things. They all go bye-bye. So, I'm going to collect all this stuffage. Here we have a few different power sources for redstone wiring. First there is a switch, which can be flipped on and off to give the redstone wire power. This is a redstone torch, which constantly gives power to any redstone wiring that is directly around it, or that is above it, with one block in between. This is a button, and when you press the button, it gives power to any piece of redstone wiring that is directly adjacent to the block that it is attached to. Here we have pressure plates, which can be activated with pressure, of course. This is a wooden pressure plate, which can actually be activated when things are thrown on top of it, as you see there. This is a stone pressure plate, which cannot be activated by having things placed onto it. It has to be activated by a living thing, like a monster or an animal. Here I have a little demonstration, just to show that a normal block, like a block of stone or a block of dirt, can actually have power, but it is what you would call weakly charged, in that it cannot pass on power to redstone wiring, but it can pass on power to a block directly connected to it. So if I flip this lever, it will then give power to this block, which will in turn give power to the piston. And there you go. Here we have what is called a clock. This here is a 2 clock, meaning that it only uses 2 repeaters, which were, I believe, implemented in 1.2. Not quite sure about that. I wasn't around back then. I just started right after 1.3. And when a clock is powered with something like a redstone torch, it will continuously have power. But when you break a block of the redstone and replace it fast, it will begin to pulse, causing redstone wiring to pass on current in, I guess, a fluid motion, causing something like a piston to go in and out. So when I quickly do this, you'll see it pulses rapidly. I can change the speed of the pulse by changing the relay speed of these repeaters. Now I have to wait a little bit longer before replacing it, and I get a much slower pulse. To get a clock to work, all my repeaters have to be going in a clockwise or counterclockwise direction. Both of these repeaters happen to be going clockwise. That is why it's called a clock. If your repeaters were, say, facing in the same direction, like this, then this clock will not work, because when I remove the torch, it doesn't keep its power. Now, a few things that can be activated by redstone current are this, a note block, so you can continuously get a note, or a dispenser, which will shoot arrows if it has arrows inside of it, or push out food or whatever kind of blocks you have in it. So that is a useful way to have a mob trap. The mob will get shot by arrows when it steps onto the stone pressure plate. Here I have a few methods of powering towers, they are called, which is basically a way of getting power up a large I guess, what do I want to say, incline, because, like I said back there, redstone wiring cannot go directly up a wall. That may not be added in a future update because it just isn't necessary when you can build towers like this. And the way this works is when I flip this switch, it will give power to this redstone wire, which will in turn give power to the block, causing this redstone torch to invert, which will then cause the entire tower to invert. So that torch that is off up there currently will then turn on. So if I flip this, then you can see that the piston is pushed because the torch then has power, and the torch is passing its power along to the piston. And I can turn that off again. Now here, you can see how this works. I have a redstone wire up there, which is actually currently receiving its power, or actually it isn't receiving power right now, excuse me. But when I flip this, they invert. And the way this is getting power is this redstone torch is passing power to this block, which then passes its power to the redstone above. And that causes the piston to push. Here I have a few things that you could power using that 2 clock that I had set up back there. So first I need to give my clock power, then I need to break a piece and place it back. And then I get the continuous notes and continuous firing of this dispenser here. Whoa, Minecraft is glitching. Okay, I'm walking on my own now. There we go, fix that. One of the final uses of redstone is that it can be used to flip minecart tracks. So any power source will actually cause minecart tracks to flip, even from a distance. As you can see there, I just hit the piston, or not the piston, but the lever, so it flipped. If I take some redstone wiring, then I can even do it from a distance. Put that back. Now, if you have a good use of, or a good knowledge of redstone, then you can build more complicated things like this. Now this here is a tower, which currently is giving power to this redstone string, which is giving power to these dispensers here. These dispensers up here are currently not powered because the torch is off. If I start up my clock here by flipping this, then oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Put this back. So I'll flip that once more, and then I'll start up my clock. Then I can actually get a continuous volley of arrows. This invention has been showed in my redstone creations video, and it is very useful. I could do any length of this that I needed to, simply by using repeaters. Now, redstone can only be passed on 15 blocks. I can show you that right now, actually, by just placing a torch and running some redstone wire. Now, you can tell how much power the string can hold by how dark the powered string is. So, as you can see there, it stops receiving power right there. So, guys, that's basically the gist of redstone. I actually know quite a bit more about redstone that I did not show you guys in this video, and if you guys would like to learn more, please let me know. I could make some more advanced guides, or you could ask me if there's an invention that I can maybe do, because I'm open to your guys' ideas. I'd like to see what you come up with. Even if it isn't possible, I'd still like to see some of your inventions. So, do give me feedback. Remember to leave a like on this video. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Thanks for watching, guys. DLR signing out.